Hello everyone, it's Dr. K here. So we have a little early sunset musing today, and I have a surprise for you. I'm doing a conference online for the next few days, and I'll tell you all about it. And so I decided to go and do it in nature because it's a energy medicine conference, and so I decided to go in nature. And what we have today, I'm witness to the Native American building of a teepee. So it's going to be a little bit of noise because we have people building in here. But look at that, you guys. That's a Native American teepee being built little by little. So I had never seen this before. It is, you take three poles to begin with, and you tie them together at the right distance, and then they get set up as 3-point, and then little by little one half gets built. And I was helping to raise some of the poles, which is so beautiful. I feel so good. And there was a little boy at the beginning, and he was asked to put corn on the 3-point of the start. It's like a new generation. Corn is an offering. Isn't this so beautiful? So first the structure gets built. There's a door on the left, right there, and then there's the center is over there, and it's just the intention of a blessing and of anything and everything that happens in there, and that's the Native American tradition. It's being used in nature. It's going to be fire inside it. But look at that, we'll have that with the sun today. Isn't that lovely? Of course it's windy, but that is so gorgeous. There's a few more, and then there is a very last one in the back that has to be put in at the center. Very profound. If you guys are available, I posted a little posting before today for our sunset musing from Keith Cunningham. I don't actually know how to get to it, but I'll see what I remember. This is just so beautiful. Yeah, I wanted to share that with you because I have never seen that before. I always was wondering how that's to be. There is someone watching. Would you be so kind and go on the very last post that I made by Keith Cunningham? Would you kind of paste it and put it in the comments so it comes up for me so I can read it exactly? If I could ask you to do that, that would be awesome. So I don't... Oh, and then they're gonna play a flute. Look at that. I'm gonna stay around here while we do that, because once these are built, the cover goes on. Cheryl, hey, would you be so kind and post? Isn't that awesome? The teepee being built. Did you see it? Oh, I just love it. I'm doing 2 conferences at one. Oh, I love that. I'm doing my conference online, and I came into nature, and magic is happening here. Would you be so kind and go in my last post and reposted it here for me from Keith Cunningham about those are his thinking questions, and I really, really appreciated them because it made me wonder about the big picture that we are dealing with right now in healthcare. And I thought, oh, it would be really nice to post those questions for all of us. And so I would love to go over those. And I'll just paraphrase for now, and then if you can post it, then I will read them. He was asking, like, are we responding to something that has happened? Basically, to paraphrase them, is, are we responding to something that has happened 15 months ago, and we are still responding to the story instead of to the facts, which I thought was so profound, because we are doing that. We have, just with this COVID situation, we have gotten into this. This is the virus, we need the vaccine, and now we gotta vaccinate the whole world and the whole population, including children 12 and up. And are we just using the story that we have always used? Or are we really looking at the facts? The facts that again, you know, there's no judgment whatsoever. There's a huge respect from me for any decision, yes and no. What I'm always asking is the big picture questions, and they are we still doing the right thing? And are we doing the right thing by asking children to get vaccinated and considering pregnant women to get vaccinated? And it's like ages 12 and up. How do we make that decision? Like, how does 11-and-a-half-year-old is not okay for a vaccine, and how does 12-year-old all of a sudden become eligible to get a vaccine? Who is making that decision, and is that the right decision? I'm really gonna put those questions out there. I do have my answers, and I told you that before. I am not telling anybody what to do, and I strongly believe that children are not to get vaccinated with this very new, very unresearched, very no long-term studies, very no idea what is going to happen in a year and 2 years and 6 years. And to an organism that is still developing, it's almost like there is a pathway of development of the human body, and at age 12 or 12 and a half or 13 or 14 we inject this massive corrective agent in there that the system has never seen before, and we tell it to do something, and the body has to respond, and it has to adjust. And what happens is it doesn't give the organism, in my opinion, chance to develop the way that it would have and may. It's basically it's taking the expansion of the development of a human being, and it's boxing it into a box that we don't even know what the box looks like. What does it look inside the box? It's not a video, it's just a posting, and it may not have come. Actually, you know what? It may have not showed up, so don't worry about it. It may have not showed up because I posted it and I didn't check if it posted. But the idea is we gotta start asking those questions, and that's one of them. And I'll repost it if it didn't show. But oh my goodness, it really made me wonder. And the reason I am so strongly advocate and so very much confident about children that I feel to put it out there is I feel it in my being. Children they don't need the vaccine. I don't feel anybody needs it, but that's my opinion, and I own it. But as far as children, they don't. Their system is so strong that it will overcome, and it actually will become stronger through the infection, not through the vaccine. It's the opposite. It becomes stronger through the infection. If a child gets infected, the vaccine does the complete opposite. So I'm just asking for some reconsideration here on the choice that we have made, asking for children to get vaccinated and asking for pregnant women to get vaccinated, because that is a totally different story there with a developing organism. Okay, so the other question that he had there is, over the last 15 months, what can we learn from the last 15 months that will help us go forward in a more empowering way? And again, I'm just like totally paraphrasing, but that will help us go forward in a more empowering way versus being kind of stuck in what has happened and drowning on the past and the struggles of the past. Can we take that and move forward in a beautiful way that will help us be stronger, but that will help us be there for others in a stronger way, whether it's our family members, our clients, and the world in general right now. So I really like that. I'm going to repost it over here for all of you to witness. Don't worry about it. I think it didn't post. That's my suspicion. So I will absolutely repost it, and it will be better that way, because what he's asking is, here are the questions, and go think. Like he calls it a thinking time. Go sit down and think. Like let your body wonder about the answers. Write them down if you wish and see what comes up, because a lot of creativity, a will come up. It's really, again, dusty, so it's beautiful over there, and I'm going to not keep you too long today. I'm just going to see where we are on the Teepee building over here. It's just such a profound thing. I've never witnessed it, you know. I knew I had to be in nature because nature helps me. I told you that, and I feel it helps all of us to be connected to the truth of who we are, and for the answers to really come from our higher self, not just from our mind, because we have been using our mind so much. And I'll tell you this, I know that intuition is gold, and my big goal is to follow my intuition as much as I can, and there have been so many times, as I shared yesterday, that I haven't done that, and then I have had many regrets. But as I was driving, I witnessed my second brush fire, and apparently brush fires are so. Of course, we're in Arizona and it's hot, but I have spoken to the officer and he said, oh, they are so common, like we don't realize. So I'm just gonna urge all of us to be very careful when we're in nature, and just know that brush fire happens so fast. And so I was driving, and I was supposed to go right because there was a continuation of the path, and I get from this place actually, I was visiting somewhere the cactus is still blooming, the Boyce Thompson Arboretum. If you are still wanting to witness some of the cactus blooming, the botanical garden, they're already finished, but the Boyce Thompson Arboretum still has few beautifully blooming, so enjoy that. So I was supposed to make a right, and then my intuition was like, go left. Like, what do you mean go left? Like, there's, it's like I have to go all the way back before I can even turn. So I went right, and then I saw this fire, and I thought, oh my gosh, I really, when there's a fire, I feel I want to be present, just to thank the land, thank the people there, they're taking care of the fire, and just be in honor of the land and of the fire. So I still was able to turn and go back, but it took me so long that I came at a different point than I would have been if I made the first left, that my mind had no idea that there was going to be a fire, and it didn't make any sense to my mind. But my intuition, because what intuition is, right? Intuition is this beautiful connection to the bigger workings of the universe. So my intuition knew way before. So it just was so lovely to again remember that, following the intuition is the way to go, even if it sounds crazy and insane. So don't be afraid to follow your intuition, because it knows. It's that voice inside. Okay, and now we're gonna put the cover on. Oh, look at that, you guys. The sun is going to be setting as the teepee is rising. Okay. If you're okay hanging, I'll just record it. And if not, we can complete right now, and I'll just record it so we have a little bit of a experience today. The 6th. And I won't really be talking, we'll just witness it. So I have no idea how they're going to put this little cover on it. Because nobody is climbing up. It's really high. I don't know how many feet, but it's at least 5 people tall. This may take a little bit, so if you're okay, hang in. We'll just enjoy this.
Oh, Michelle, I have
Comes on a big truck. I don't know why they don't keep it here. I don't know why they actually take it down, but I think it's to preserve it, to make sure the wind, the rain, and the heat doesn't damage the cover and the wood.
There's a hook.
Okay, there's a hook.
There's an orange one.
Do you guys want to see it up close?
Put that on the base of the bottom one.
Let's see what happens. It's gonna be awesome.
And then we're going to stretch out the canvas. Stick this on top. Okay. Just stretch it out. Pull hold that one piece at the base of it. Tie it, hold it to the base. Hold it to the base. I'm gonna pull it on this end. I'm gonna stretch it out.
I'm going to get it on it first.
Okay? Is it at the base?
Yeah. Hold on. Now, hold on. 1 second.
Okay. From the base, I want you to give it 6 inches towards me.
So what I'm going to do, so you guys don't have to hang unless you want to, I think I'll end the recording with the sun for our son's amusings, and then just record this and maybe shorten it,
Right there?
because this may take a little bit. So let me know if that's okay with you.
A little bit more involved. She's praised by me a bit.
Yeah, I'll just end this here so you don't have to hang. And then what I'll do is I'll post a recording later, and then it'll be easier to complete that. So I'll end it with a beautiful picture of the sun, as always. Yes, okay, good. So enjoy the sun. Happy Wednesday the 6th. Remember, this is the opportune time between the 5th and the 11th to really connect to our soul's desire, higher self, to the reason why we're here, to our right life purpose, and to really own that for ourselves. And those are the seeds that we're sowing for the life to come. Thank you so much for witnessing this, and I'll be back. Take care. Bye-bye. Good night.
Then somebody come on the other side as the weight is being transferred over. Make sure it's center. Okay. Then just slowly drop it into that center. Big guy, come to the other side. There you go. Let him mark you and him switch. Yep. And just drop it in there. Slowly. Make sure the bottom don't come out. Make sure the bottom don't come out. Bottom. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so even it out. Move it over. Move that over. Guy over there. You got a big guy over there too. Okay. Now, bring that back over here. We have to turn it so the canvas is on the outside. Okay. So turn that thing. Turn that thing. Yep. Yep. Beautiful. And that's where we can. Yep. Okay. Now that one, you're going to run it out back towards you, and then this one, we're going to run out this way. Just unfold it. Okay, keep going. See that middle one? That's where it has to go. Yep. Keep that right there.
You know what's going to happen? They're like, oh, this is the 24-foot Teepee.
Just over again. Okay, in the round bin, there's a little leather bag, about that long, and has wooden stakes in it. Can I go get those?
Sure.
And then the ladder, there's a ladder too.